Hey there, it's Kurt Phillips. Just taking a break from work. Happy Leap Day. Don't forget to set your clocks back one day. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. When we last left off, William was just going back over to Bart's house to pick up some of his stuff that he left at the house after an aborted toad venom trip. Will got his father settled with Nancy and stopped by Bart's on his way to work. Unease trickled over him as he approached the house. The sensation reminded him of a horror movie, where the neighborhood kids sit on their bikes and gaze forebodingly toward the haunted house at the end of the street, while trinkly piano music wafted in the twilight. Unfortunately, this haunted house had Will's fleece jacket and cell phone hanging on a coat rack just inside the front door. He took a deep breath and tried to shake it off, entering the house with a spare key he had buried in the kitchen drawer of his father's house. The feeling of dread grew exponentially as he stepped into the office. The room looked as if it had been ransacked. The desk had been swept clear, save for a pair of sticky notes that had somehow miraculously survived the onslaught. The drawers had been pulled out and let to fall. The daybed under the window was without sheets, and the mattress had been pulled half off of its frame. He pushed it back into place with his knee and picked up the sheets, folded them half-acidly, and laid them on the bed. He reassembled as best he could the contents of each drawer and slid them back into place. Will strained to remember what had gone down in that office the day before. He fully recalled walking here, talking with Joe in this room. He began picking up the papers that covered the floor and replacing them in collated piles on the desk. I remember talking with Joe about the drug. He moved the laptop to the chair. I was sitting on the bed and we were talking, and Will suddenly felt as he were about to throw up. Vertigo and darkness billowed over him, and he reached for the desk to steady himself. His vision closed into a single point, and through the narrow portal he saw the desk, and then the bookcase, and finally Bart's ceiling. In an instant, the darkness receded, and he found himself staring up at the ceiling of his own kitchen at home. In his periphery, something moved. He sat up and was pummeled by an overwhelming silence, like he was in some scientist's auditory lab, painfully devoid of sound. The End of the Archer. Go check it out on Kindle, Amazon, and if you're in Austin, Texas, go check it out at the library or at Book People at 6th and Lamar. Happy reading.